सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. Good evening. Good evening. So, Corona days. I forgot to tell you. So, you are all coming from long distances, traveling by bus, sometimes on foot. So, if you feel tired or exhausted, you don't have to stand, okay? Sometimes you may find it difficult to stand for 10 minutes. In such case, you can just sit on the stone bench, this side or that side. Also, sometimes you may not be feeling well. You may be sick. In such case, you don't have to stand. You can just sit there on the stone bench, okay? Okay, yesterday one boy fell down. Seems he had not eaten his food. He was just standing, could not stand for 10 minutes. And so, when you feel weak, you don't have to stand. Yeah, please see page number 82. The first quote in the page. If in this hell of your world, one can bring a little joy and peace, even for a day, into the heart of a single person, that much alone is true. This I have learned after suffering all my life. All else is mere moonshine. How we should define our life. Every day morning, the sun rises, the sun sets. We go to bed in the evening and we wake up. How have you spent the day? Has the day was a meaningful day for you? Swami is saying, if you can bring even little joy and peace into the heart of a single person, have I made anybody happy today? Have I added some joy to somebody's life? Okay, before you go to bed, put this question to yourself and then sleep. Right? Swami says that alone is true. That is religion. Everything else is mere moonshine. You may talk, you may talk, you may talk. Anybody can talk. Right? In fact, there's a lot of suffering today in the world. If we all could be little kind to each other, right? The world would become a better place to live in. The world would become a better place to live in. What we need to do is we ought to be a little kind to others. Be kind. The person whom you see in front is bearing a greater burden. Most of the times we think that we alone are carrying huge burden on our head. That's why sometimes we become irritated, we become angry. Okay? So frustration and irritation and anger we show on others. But whenever you are in such mode, just remind your mind that the person who is standing in front of you, okay, he is bearing a greater burden. You have your burden, definitely, but the person actually who is standing in front of you is bearing a greater burden. Then automatically kindness and sympathy will come. But every one of us itself is a true shoes. Then it's not possible to practice kindness and compassion. Unfortunately, our education systems are designed in such a way that process, because you exclude everybody and your heart becomes barren after some time. It will become bereft of all feeling, no softer feelings in your heart, no kindness and no compassion. Because you have been competing with your fellow human being all the time. You are excluding them, excluding them. You will learn to see everybody as your competitor. Practically, sometimes we make them as enemies. Though we are all living together, we are competing with each other. What's the point? Then how can we love each other? So the only way that you can nurture feeling, you can nurture kindness and compassion and love in your heart is don't ever see anybody as your competitor. Okay? Always learn to see others as part of your own self. You are actually part of me only. Does it make sense actually to compete with your own self? Okay? We are not separate from each other. It's all same divine principle that is manifesting through everybody. Why we are living together? Because we need to cooperate with each other. When you promote more of that cooperative spirit, then actually I'll be happy if you have as much as I have. But today it's not like that. I want to have more than you have, right? Then the competition. Competition. I have excluded you. In fact, you are part of me. Then how it is possible for me to really live happily when there is suffering all around? I alone can live in happiness. It's not possible because every life is one and the same. If other life is happy, I can be happy. If other life is suffering, if other life is misery, it's not possible. I can live happily. So these theories are wrong theories we have brought into our system, and then actually we struggle, we compete with each other. Why there is so much of corruption in the country? Where there is no feeling that this is my country, these are my people, I need to serve them. No. As soon as you attain to a position of power, you try to aggrandize things for yourself, accumulate things for yourself, because all others are separate from me. Because all along I have been competing with these people, but it has become barren. So we need to nurture the feeling more. The greater the love and kindness and compassion you have in your heart, the greater the experience of life for you. If these feelings, if they are not there in your heart, the heart has become barren, heart has become dry. No. You may attain any amount of money, wealth, position, fame, and name. Nothing will really give you the true satisfaction and happiness in life. How much of kindness you have, how much of compassion you have, how much you identify with others' suffering and pain, and that depends how great you are as a human being. Okay, ma? Thank you. Have a nice evening.